It's Cash Color Cannabis, a high level of conversation on Live Hip Hop Daily, and this episode is sponsored by Sow and Reap. Created by Charity Parsons, Sow and Reap creates luxury experiences and excursions for connoisseurs. This month, we will be teaming up with Sow and Reap to give 2 of our followers with a chance to take part in the Sow and Reap experience. And this is what you got to do. Click the link in our bio and fill out the form. At the end of the month, we will choose a winner to receive either a 25% discount on a 2022 excursion or admissions for 2 to a supper of their choice. Follow Sow and Reap now and learn more about all the experience they provide, and hit the link in the bio for your chance to win your opportunity to take part in one of their experiences. And also Bossville Farms. What do you know about Bossville Farms? Well, what you do know can win you 2 tickets to their 420 bash. And this is what you got to do. Watch our last episode with Bossville Farms' own Derek Muhammad and answer this question. What was Derek Muhammad doing before he started the farm? The giveaway will be on Bossville's social media and be running up until April. There will be 3 winners. Prizes will range from apparel to gift cards to tickets to their 420 bash. In order to participate, you do have to follow Bossville on all social media channels and sign up for their newsletter on Bossville's website. So don't wait. Go to Bossville right now and make sure that you watch the episode with Derek Muhammad and see if you can win a chance to go to their 420 bash. All right, without further ado, man, I'm going to call this episode already Conversations with Friends.
I like it.
Conversations with Friends.
I do.
I got my good friend DJ Knots in the building, man. I'm honored to be able to call you a friend. I watched you do a lot of amazing things in this community, not just on the music tip, but you just do a lot of dope things, and I'm blessed to have you on the show and be able to introduce people to all your greatness, man. What's up with you, bro?
I'm happy to be here. I know that's the cliche, but it's like
when
it's family, it's family. So it's different because. Yo, how far do we literally go back when we started working together? I want to say 2015.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We talking about for a minute now because we
2014. Maybe.
When I first met you, I tell people Z Rich is lightweight and underground A&R.
And yeah.
Z done plugged me into you, Mike Sick,
yeah.
DJ XL.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shout out to Sasha over there, man, and Tricky Business. Like he done plugged me into so many things on the slick. That I be looking back sometimes like, yo, I'm blessed he's now getting his flowers. Man, it's through TV.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But
yes, he's getting all the syncs.
Getting all the syncs, man.
All this, you don't know about the syncs, you better find out about them syncs.
Man, you better watch Power.
Listen.
the new season of Power, you might hear my boy on there, man. But got my boy DJ Knots, like I said, man. Knots, man, for those who don't know, man, please introduce yourself.
Hey, I go by the name of DJ Knots. I run a company called Hip Hop Gets Back. What we do, we focus on the positive side of hip hop culture. So anytime you have your favorite artists, entertainers, journalists, producers, studio hubs, and they focus on the positive side of the culture, we highlight them on our website. We've been doing that since 2008. We launched our own nonprofit in 2015 that focused on youth programs and mental health awareness. So we do summer programs, we doing after school programs. All of this is pre-cousin COVID. So we're looking forward to getting back outside and doing a lot more of that this year and next year as well. So, but yeah, hip hop gets back. We highlight the culture, but we also empower the culture as well.
Yeah, and I love what you're doing, man. I tried to run with you for a little while, man, but
you did.
You exhausted me, man, because this boy be working, man. Boy be working, man. I try to be down because you do a lot of amazing things. I always thought what hip hop does need is what you do, and not like saying like you're the only one out here, like because people are always gonna take offense. Like I do my shit in New York,
right? Probably,
you know what I'm saying. But I know DJ Nas, and I know what
allegedly,
I know what my man does, and he does a lot of amazing stuff, man. And like I say, I've always been honored to just know you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, brother.
It's a lot that you're doing out here in these streets. Maybe people don't know what you're about to get to know it tonight.
Thank you, brother.
First question: when did DJ Nas become involved in the world of DJing, man?
1996.
Ooh, we went back.
I'm on the shit. You see these grades, right?
Bro, don't say nothing. Popping, right? Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing to me, man. Because I remember the first time I heard Biggie Smalls and it wasn't on his own album. You know what I'm saying? So I'm old. I know I'm getting old.
So yeah, so we right there.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So I remember buying my first vinyl. I remember doing my first party. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. Grew up in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Been in Atlanta, the fake Atlanta, outside the city.
He said, "I don't want Amaretta smoke."
I don't want to hear it. And I love her too. But yeah, I was more Stone Mountain East Side because my heritage is Caribbean, and we deep on the East Side.
Oh, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been outside DJing since '96 alongside my man DJ Impact, and we just been here in Atlanta. We did Royal Peacock. I'm gonna keep it short.
Yeah.
So that's when I first started officially DJing and doing those types of things. So we had a lot of history at the AUC, the real Morris Brown.
Shout out to Morris Brown. My
Yeah.
sister went to Morris Brown. Morris Brown's coming back, man.
Yeah, they are coming back,
Yeah.
and I'm proud of their alumni and what they're doing, because it's needed.
Yeah.
You know what I understand? Because our history when it comes to HBCUs has been like, oh, once the school is done, it's done. So what Morris Brown is doing and really combining with their legacy and the people who graduated from there and how they're coming back, fully legit,
Yes.
and accredited.
Yes, man.
We gotta applaud that.
Yes, you do.
So, yeah, I don't even know how we got on a tangent, but the point is, I'm happy to see it. But that was a lot of my first party in Atlanta was a Morris Brown party.
Say word.
Yeah, it was epic. I was like, yo, I ain't going nowhere. I was like, yo, because it was stepping and all that. So anyway, long story short, that's when we first started DJing out here. That's when I first started DJing out here. Royal Peacock, Flavors on the East Side. Just so many memories. So that's when I first originally got started. So I'm 24 plus years. Somebody carried the one for me. Yeah. Yeah, that's how long we've been doing it.
He been doing it since vinyl, man.
Yeah. My back got the marks of show.
That's a lot. Yeah, because them crates and all that. You talk about a lot going on, man.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. So when I talk to these younger DJs about understanding how to move a crowd and how to interact with a crowd and what it really takes and why you should charge what you need to be charged, that's another subject.
Yeah.
But the point is, I have the history and the validation to back it up.
Yeah, I feel you, man. You know, my hip hop background, you know, I'm a hip hop fan. That's my hip hop background. But like many people, I used to want to be involved in hip hop. But I never wanted to be a rapper. Like, my thing was always either I wanted to be a producer or a DJ. Because I liked one, I feel like they moved the crowd. Like, both of them. Like, you need this in order for the other thing to happen. And I always wanted to be one of those things. Clearly, I didn't become one of those things. But applause to you for making that happen. Because, yeah, I used to dream about being a DJ, man. Like, the first time, even when I got my first mixtape, it was a doo-wop mixtape.
Yes.
And man, I used to listen to doo-wop shit, and I used to be like, oh, I want to do this shit, man. Doo-wop was so dope. And then, then I fell in love with Clues, and oh man, it's just like that whole era was amazing, man.
Yeah, the first time I met doo-wop, like I said, I came up. My favorite mixtape of all time was doo-wop 95 Live Part 2. 95 Live Part 2. So this is pre-me DJing.
Yeah.
So I met him because he did a party at, and I'm going to keep this short because I don't really get a lot of stuff to talk about. But I met him at a party at Bar 1. Where I became a resident DJ with Peter Thomas and people who know the How Can I Be Down seminars, things like that. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. But or better yet, let me bring it up to the current lives of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, y'all know Peter.
They know Peter from there. So the point is,
King of Charlotte.
Accurate. About to be the king of South Beach. But when I first met Peter and all of that, and they brought doo-wop down here for a party, and I was just like, yo, I don't get starstruck. Yeah. Like, I'm a star. You know what I'm saying? I don't get starstruck. But I was like, yo, that's doo-wop. Like, this was my definition of real production and mixtapes and partying and things like that. So Ball won't allow me to do that. So it's a lot of hip-hop history in Atlanta, as we know, but there's different levels to it.
Yeah.
So
you know, it's crazy because you've been DJing for a while, and to watch where DJing is going even now, like, how do you feel about the evolution of where we at with DJs? Because you know, it's no longer the vinyls that much. You know, people definitely is a lot more digital situations. Right. People pulling out the laptops. You know, what I'm saying I'm not even sure if people mixing anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, here we go.
I'm not sure. I'm not criticizing. I'm saying I'm not sure if people are even doing any of that anymore.
Right.
How do you feel from your perspective? Like, where you seeing DJing going right now?
I hate being the commercial. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you like this. I recognize the changes that need to take place, and I get the benefits of it. And once again, I'm going to keep it short because I know we got a lot of things to talk about. But when it comes to the DJing, I still need all DJs to know how to mix a record without that sync button. Don't press that sync button. I need you to know how to really control a crowd without crashing and doing all that nonsense with records where you got to scream over it. If you can handle that basic parts of it, then I can deal with everything else. All the remixes that don't make any sense, cool. But just handle the basic mixing, I'm on your side. Yeah. I will fight for you. Matter of fact,
so you feel like the art of DJing like kind of fading out right now?
I think it's more showmanship than anything.
Okay.
I think it with things like Red Bull, Three Styles, and people like that, it's taking it to a different level. but I think it's needed for hip hop because when you have other genres that do certain things and they get paid so much more money.
EDM.
I'm glad you said it because I didn't want to say it. So
I was thinking about what you were saying. I was like EDM. I saw an EDM DJ. I wasn't even sure if they was DJing. That's what I meant. Like I wasn't talking about no hip hop. I wasn't sure if they was even DJing. I just know there was a lot of movement. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a lot of this.
It was an aerobic exercise class.
Exactly. I didn't know what the hell I was watching at one point. I was like, yo, I'm not sure if it's actual DJing is happening. I feel like my man just hit play.
Yeah, and they just did a whole lot of hand movements on top of that. But once again, you got to say it. It's like when you say, oh, I'm talking about all black men. I'm not talking about all black men. I'm not talking about all DJs either.
No.
When we talk about it. So it's like we get there's certain levels to skills when it comes to it. But for the most part, it has to still come down to, can you mix this song? Can you control this crowd? Can you build a vibe for people to build off of and really have an enjoyment out of it? Like the reason why I got into it was I wanted people to forget all of their worries for the week, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Child support, you got to go to court for something else. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no job. For these next 2.5 to 3 hours, I want you to forget all your worries. And that was my goal. You know what I'm saying? It was that, and then I wanted to see people get naked, but that's another story. But that was my goal. So with that goal in mind, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure that happened. But I'm gonna do it in a DJ skillful way. So
I love DJs, man. Like I say, from doo-wops to clues. Like I used to. Matter of fact, when I first found out, like being in Boston, when I first found out about mixtapes, I remember going to the spot downtown Boston. It was by. Matter of fact, I'm gonna date myself. If you watching this show, you know old Boston. I went downtown by Teddy's Arcade. And there used to be a music shop. And I realized that all the books they used to have in there, like they used to look like picture albums.
okay.
I was like, so all these is just different DJ. Bro, I used to go down there every day and get a new person.
You ain't got no pictures of this? You got a documentary idea, brother. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, that used to be love. Like when they used to open up them shit, you used to flip through them. It's like, yo, all right, Clue, doo-wop, such and such. You start realizing, yo, this all these people.
Yeah.
Dog, I
came
fell in
through
love.
there.
I couldn't even listen to radio after a while. Like it was just strictly like my whole entire was cassettes of mixtapes, man, and mixtape DJs listening to them do their job, and it was amazing, man. Like I again, much love to the DJs out here. I got so much respect for y'all. Keep the parties going.
Can I divert you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Because you're the professional here. And this is the question I've always had. When it comes to DJs playing Boston hip hop, like, you know, Patriots used to always be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I would struggle with playing anything other than New York or hip hop that wasn't. I didn't know what Boston hip hop to play.
Gotcha.
I'm not playing Made Men. That's not party music. You know what I'm saying? So it's
who would it have been? Like maybe Smoke Bolger at one point. I remember Smoke used to drop some good records at a minute. I'm thinking the people I'm thinking. Out to my top of the head, from Mr. Lift to Acrobatics and them.
Okay, I know Acrobatics.
That would have never been party records.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That would have never
That's
been party
lyrical
records.
skill.
Yeah, that would have been
lyrical exercise.
Yeah.
But at a Super Bowl party, I can't play that.
Nah.
So
you know who you would really have to ask? Clinton Sparks.
Oh yeah.
Clinton Sparks.
Salute to him.
Clinton Sparks literally, I'm talking about 88.9 WERS in Boston.
Yeah.
I'm in high school and I would hear, "Get Familiar." I'd hear that drop when I'm like in 11th, 12th grade. And you talk about the first time I heard a Biggie record, like when I say the first time I heard a Biggie record was on Clinton Sparks shit. Wow. Clinton Sparks used to be the plug in Boston, man. Like when it comes to like really like, man, I missed them. I missed that time.
See what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking. So Clinton Sparks was kind of like related to a Stretch and Bobbito in New York.
Yeah, in New York. Yeah, he was like that because like what I'm saying, like I wouldn't listen to 94.5 in Boston. I would listen to 88.9 at night because they have Rockers, which is the dance hall shit.
Yeah,
and then right after Rockers, they would come on. It'd be him, Static Selector. Yo, yeah, this is my era. It'd be him. It'd be Static Selector,
listen.
Sherry Martinez. This was college radio, WERS college radio. Used to blow my mind that these dudes now knowing what they are now.
Yeah, the legends that they are now.
They used to entertain me in high school.
Bro, you got some work to do. That's all I'm saying. I don't have those connections, but I'm like, that's a layup right there.
But yeah, them the people you want to ask, like, who would I play for Boston music to get the party rocking? Them to be the people you ask, because I'm telling you, I'm in high school, and I used to make punch tapes listening to them. You know what I'm saying? I go back. Matter of fact, the first time I heard Ice Cube's on, what's that? You got to believe in something. That was Static. I know that was Static Selector. I remember making a gray tape to that and going back to school and playing
The
it.
Maxell Gray tape.
Yes, sir. And
The
going back to
90-minute
school
tape.
and playing that for my class. And they was like, yo, where'd you heard that from? I'm like, y'all ain't listening to ERS? I don't know what to do with y'all.
All right, see, you know what? Okay, we're going to get into it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say my question.
Say it.
Because I got two. No, I want to save it because it makes sense because I know you. I want to ask where your journalistic profession came from, and I don't want to jump ahead because we got lots to talk about.
Oh, I told you this conversation with friends.
Okay, we friends. All right,
yeah.
even better. So,
Yeah.
for you to connect with, and your audience knows you, for you to connect with that side of the hip hop audience and hip hop publication and hip hop journalism, when did that happen? Coming from where you from?
Really?
Yeah. What was the big switch? What was that moment like? Oh shit, I'm here.
The switch. That's crazy, man. Well, for one, I always wanted to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I one of them dudes who know, like when people finally realized Benzino and then was behind the source, like, we knew that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when they put out the original one, like, I remember they did the anniversary for the source, and then they had the original one in there. Skippy Joe White's used to have it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a newsletter almost, the source.
Okay.
I knew that existed. But I didn't know how to get involved with anything like that because I always felt like you just mentioned about New York, everything was in New York. Right. Like I used to cut school back in the day, and I used to go down to Tower Records and just read magazines. So I knew about Murder Reports, I knew about 4080 out of the Bay. Like when I say I used to go around my way and talk about E40, and people would look me dead in the. I remember my boy Kareem looked me dead in the face one time when I told him. He said, "What you listening to?" I said, "Outkast." He said, "Why you always try to be different?" like ain't nobody listening to that. Why you trying to be different? I'm like, bro, they about to be dope. Trust me. Like, I'm listening to this. But, yeah, so I always was interested in that part. When I got to college and I started really wanting to be a writer, it was a trip to London that actually clicked me to being like, yo, this is what I'm about to do. Because London, we went out there, me and my boy Lawrence, my girl Charity, and another friend of ours. We went out there for year 2000, New Year's Eve.
Just to go.
Just to go. Like
okay.
This is you talk about Black Boy Joy and Black Girl Magic.
Yeah.
We was doing that then.
Okay.
Like let's just go get passports because you can get a passport quick.
Right.
And we used to have this thing called College Club, and you can get tickets for. You can get the tickets for cheap. We flew to London. Yeah, facts.
Yo.
So facts.
Wait, real quick. College Club. I was here because I got to Atlanta in '96. College Club. I flew to Orlando where my mother was at. $19.
Yes, College Club was it.
Round trip.
College Club was it. So we on College Club. Literally, we went to London. So we went to London. And at one point, they had another ticket. They went to Amsterdam. So I was by myself in London for 2 days. My sister tell you the story. She sent me, she's a teacher. She's a principal now. She's a teacher down here. And she asked me to go to this museum to go get some background information for her kids.
Okay.
So me, being in Boston, I pulled out a map, just learned the train system. So I went down there to where she said, took some pictures with my Kodak disposable, and then came back to the hotel. But when I was going through the train station, I remember looking at a magazine stand because I'm always big on magazines. And I picked up this magazine, and Outkast was on the cover. It was their what was the album they had with Bombs Over Baghdad was out.
Not
it was
Aquemini?
that album.
Was it Aquemini?
That wasn't Aquemini. It was
Bombs, it was after Aquemini.
Yeah, it was
Jesus.
after that.
Y'all don't judge me.
So I had that joint, and so Dre and Big Boy and Dre's was on the cover, and I was looking at it, and the crazy part was it was in French, like the all the words, and I was just sitting there staring at it. So I bought it.
Yeah.
Took it back to Charlotte, and when I got off the plane and I went back to our apartment where all me and my peoples was living, I pulled that magazine out like it was gold. I said, "Yo, they talking about this over there, dog, and this is in French." And I was like, right then, I told him, I was like, I was gonna be a journalist right then, because I was like, yo, hip hop is this big everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, I could be this. I could write.
Yeah.
That was the moment that sparked my journalism spirit. Like I knew at that moment.
I never knew that. This is why I asked.
I absolutely knew at that moment, and that's why even then, like my favorite writing always came from the underground shit, like Connects List. I used to write for the Connects List heavy, man. Shout out to the Wonder Twins. Like Connects List writing.
Wonder Twins.
Connects List. Yeah, Wonder Twins was amazing. You talk about giving me a whole lane to do whatever the hell I felt like doing.
Yeah.
They was basically like just pitching stories.
Yeah.
And at one point, I laughed because I thought my first cover story was a Lil Wayne story I did for Honeysuckle. Actually, the first cover story I did was Guru and Solar for the Connects List. Yeah, they had me do the interview because he had the album with them too at the time. It was called like Cousins or some shit like that.
I know what you're talking about. I remember that.
Yeah, when Guru was doing that shit. Yeah. In the mix of the Jasmine Taz and all that, he did that. So that's how I sparked the
Guru was putting out material like it was mixtapes back then, man. People
yeah, shout out to, was it Blue Note was the label or something like
man.
that? They was putting out everybody.
Yes.
They was putting out everybody, like if you just had an idea.
We nerd now. My bad. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
bro.
I know what I'm saying.
And we don't even want to go further because I'll tell you even about Last Word Online when I first started that. Like that was my own website. I started.
Was that the first one?
Yeah, when I started when I was in college.
Because I remember the DJ one. What was the DJ one called?
DJ's Doing Work.
Yes.
DJ's Doing Work.
Yes.
But when I was fresh out of college, I started Last Word Online. And when I say, this was back when you can pull up an album cover and look on the back. Because I remember I had a Jean Grey interview. And I got a Jean Grey interview literally by grabbing her album cover, looking on the back and saying, all the information right there. Let me just email. Next thing you know, I'm doing an interview with Jean Grey.
H knows this. I don't want to interrupt anybody else's hip hop knowledge in the room. But Jean Grey is literally top 5, one of the most amazing women MCs we've ever had in hip hop.
Do you know how dope she is?
I do. This is why I'm making this point.
Do you know how dope? She's dope. She's dope, bro. She's so dope that whenever dudes try to say, man, I wish we would go back to the era when women would rap, they would always just say Rodiga and Bahamadia. You would clearly forget that Jean Grey was even there. Because Jean Grey was so dope, but she was so underground. Yep. Like, you forgot that existed.
Yeah.
She was bar for bar with any dude who was out.
Jean Grey, let me just speak about it artistry-wise. We get something else.
Yeah.
Jean Grey was on par with MF Doom. Like, if I don't want you to have it, you're not getting it. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not, the situation is not set up correctly, you're not hearing it. And there are still, from my knowledge, at least 2 albums. And from what I hear about insiders, they say this is a classic, life-changing hip-hop albums that are not put out because she doesn't want to put out, and the label situation was not correct. This is what I hear secondhand.
I believe it. Cause
I didn't hear this from her. I heard it secondhand. So
I love the fact that the first album, there was a rumor that she made it for $18. And I was like, I'm on this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jean Grey was dope. But yeah, I used to do shit like that. Like, I just flip over the album covers and go call whoever you call. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was your process.
That was my process.
What was your first article with The Source?
I didn't. It was XXL.
Double XL was your first one. Okay.
Yep. There was Jeezy. Jeezy. I covered a Jeezy concert. Shout out to Brandon, man. I covered a Jeezy concert.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my first one. And matter of fact, that was probably one. I don't want to get to it. That was probably my first time being actually disillusioned with writing for people.
What do you mean by that?
Just because, when you get into the system, you realize how systematic it is. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm writing for the Connects list, like I say, literally Wonder Twins let you do whatever the hell I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? As long as it made sense to them.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with publications like that, you realize that I could pitch you all damn day. But if this doesn't make money sense, we really can't do the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I even go back how when I was writing for Slam, I used to pitch Steph Curry when he was at college, high school, because I was in Charlotte. So I remember, like, literally, you hear his name since he was a freshman.
Y'all hear this shit, right?
You hear his name since he was a freshman. And whenever I do a pitch every month, I would always add him in there. And I know that every month he would get ignored. Every month he would get ignored. He used to get ignored all the way up into college. Like, I'll hold on that. He got ignored every time up until he was already in Davidson doing his thing. Because all people heard was Steph Curry. They just figured it was Del Curry's son.
Right.
You 5'10". Like, you scoring 30 on
you
Charlotte
super
Christian.
light skinned.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You scoring 30 on nobody's, apparently. You know what I mean? Nobody really cared.
Right.
Like, at one point, this was doing Rodney Purvis. Rodney Purvis was way bigger than Steph Curry.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, way bigger than than Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Can't tell me what Rodney Purvis is right now.
No
Steph
shots.
Curry's about to be a Hall.
Shots.
Yeah, no shots.
No shots.
No shots. But we talking about Steph Curry's about to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
They was all the same. Like, when I say this is how lit North Carolina basketball was at one point.
Yeah, talk about it.
You talk about Steph Curry, Rodney Purvis, John Wall. These are staggering years. But John Wall, C.J. Leslie, T.J. Warren, the Plumlees. Like, we can go down the line. Like, even like I covered T.J. Warren. I covered Reggie Bullock. I covered the Plumlee, one of the Plumlee brothers. And then there's people who never even became a nothing who was hot. Like Melvin Tab, not saying become a nothing, but Melvin Tab. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of
you sound like me on my show. Like, no
let
shot.
me
I'm
run
sorry.
it back,
I'm sorry.
I do not want to have, bro, seriously, man. You don't want to have a situation where you might call somebody a bus, and next thing you know.
I was doing 30 and 15. What you mean I was a bus?
Yeah, no, you weren't a bus.
I do.
I just know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
My point in bringing all of this up was three-tiered. Man, you've been doing your shit, bro.
No,
This is what I be trying to tell you. But
ain't
like,
nobody
yo,
came here for you to do.
listen, it doesn't matter, but the levels of the history that you just mentioned in the last 5 minutes,
Yeah.
90% of the field that you're in can't do that. Anywhere close to that.
Yeah,
and do
man.
it in such a respectful way where it's not even about you. You were just grateful to be there.
Oh,
I didn't mean it.
fact.
I'm not trying to embarrass him because I know
Nah.
I know Mecca.
Absolute fact.
I do.
Absolute
But
fact.
I just want you to. We recognize as part of real culture. We recognize what you've been doing.
Absolute fact, bro.
And it's more coming. All right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop talking. I got more surprises coming. Go ahead.
I used to just be happy to be there, because I was I'm a hip hop fan in my blood. Like I was just really happy to be in the building. Like I felt like I was being like I tell people my Mount Rushmore journalists like it goes Ed Bradley,
Okay.
Ralph McDaniels,
Okay.
D Barnes, Fab Five Freddy. Like Fab Five and D Barnes did so much for me. It was like crazy. Like
Let me find some beef with that. Hold on, give me a second. Let me find something to argue with you about that.
you can't argue with that. That's a solid lineup, man. That's a solid lineup. Like to this moment, I feel like Ed Bradley's one of the coolest black journalists ever. Like,
He is.
Bro used to sit on 60 Minutes with the earring in his ear,
Oh, my
like
God.
fly as hell.
Dangling.
Like, yeah,
It wasn't just a stud.
fly as hell. Like come on, dog. He's sitting next to Morley Safer. You know what I'm saying? Like kicking it. Like
I believe, and I don't know if this is true, but Ed Bradley, I feel like used to hang out with Prince. I just feel that way. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the kind of swag he put out there.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to
Yeah, he
think
was
of
dope.
who are you forgetting that I could make you mad about.
You can't.
And you kind of covered
You can't.
everybody from that
Maybe
era.
the only person I probably would even add to that mix was the mayor. You know what I'm saying? Chris from Rap City, the first dude.
Oh, wait, let's do it. Let's do it then. Hold on. Where does Big Tigger rank in the historian level of hip hop?
For me?
Yes. I mean, I'm not talking to the public. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, for me.
As where it ranks in hip hop culture.
I feel like this. Tigger made Rap City so fly. Like it was like because for one he freestyled. You know what I'm saying? So if you was gonna go in the booth, he was gonna go in there with you.
Because he ate up a lot of motherfuckers.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Tigger made you wanna watch who was gonna be in the booth, and I know he made everybody who stepped in there step it all the way up because you cannot let the host out rap you.
Nah, you
Can't do that. So
and he still did it.
I give Tigger that props. Just like I give Free and AJ like props. Like I used to love watching them. You know what I mean? Like I was just that dude. Like hip hop to me is like just everything.
That's why we having this conversation because I put Tig up there. I'm gonna catch some.
I even put Reggie Osei in there, but but that's another level too.
Wait.
Yeah,
Before we get there.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was I put Tig. Oh, I'm gonna catch so much heat for this. I put Tig above Ed Love and Dre.
Yeah, you about to catch heat right now.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you because I understand the impact of on TV raps. But when I say what the brother did during the mid '90s, he was post Joe Clair or pre Joe Clair.
Oh, he's post.
He was post Joe Clair.
Yeah, because Joe Clair, I forgot when Joe Clair was even on that.
Right.
That
right.
Say something.
And that moment in time, for me and my influence in hip hop, changed the game. We came home, right. We was come home to watch Rap City before this come home to watch 106 and Park.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that's why I put Tigger's influence and his longevity in the game. He got a morning show.
And he was interesting. Like that's one thing. That's one thing I have issues sometimes when I see podcasts. I'm like, some of y'all ain't interesting. You know what I'm saying? Just as far as like the
wait, we got
interviews.
time for that conversation?
Just some of y'all ain't interesting. Tigger was at least interesting. You know what I mean? Like he was good at what he did. I feel like some people just aren't interesting.
He was great at what, let me say it a little bit different. He's great at what he does because I still feel I don't even listen to radio anymore like that. But when I hear him, it's like he's one of the few. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's a few others. I'm not trying to disregard anybody. Like Chubb Roxby's doing a great job. Anyway, the point is, let me stay focused because we got other things to talk about. I just wanted to talk about, I don't even know how we got into the conversation, but
you asked me a question about how I got here.
I did. I did. But I just wanted to highlight his influence on the culture, especially when we were talking about Ralph McDaniels. Yeah. I'm not saying he's not video music box, but he's still a mainstay that changed the game for a big percentage of hip hop in the culture.
He did. You know what? And since we on this level and we got time because it's my show.
It's your show.
Since we got time. The thing I feel like the person who doesn't get enough credit is D Barnes. I feel like D Barnes was for me because we didn't have cable in the house. But I knew every Saturday at 11 o'clock, I could turn on channel 25, and she was going to be fly as hell, sitting next to a Big Daddy Kane, a Cool G Rap, NWA,
Holding her own.
Holding her own.
Yep.
And I feel like to this moment, people keep trying to act like D Barnes and pump it up. What she didn't exist. She brought it home for me.
Bro, listen. Are y'all hearing the knowledge this brother got? Yo, you got like 3 documentaries you need to do, bro. I'm just telling you.
Don't fuss with these people again. They're gonna start making me go. They're gonna start making me do extra work.
Listen, because I understand that because we got to talk about what we currently doing, both doing.
Yes.
But I just know your love for the culture, and this is why we always connect. Well, one of the reasons why it just always separates our conversations. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, okay, what are we going to talk about? Because if we leave it open, it's going to
be this. It's going to be this, man.
So that's why I'm like, yo, I don't want to put any more work on you because I already know you got a lot of shit going on. But your level of history and knowledge and love of the culture is different.
I could, man. I just loved it, man. Like, I still to this moment just love.
Y'all catch how you deflecting still,
Yeah,
right? All right,
man.
that's cool. That's fine. That's
I love rap. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I wish I could have got on. Yo, shout out to boy Newface. I wish I could have got on his level and just kept so much shit. I love, like, I remember even having the tapes when Master P started dropping them tapes.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that made me even want to do a movie. Like, I remember my sister, she took me to go see, I Got the Hookup.
You wait. You said I got the hookup in theaters?
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe that.
Absolute fact. My sister took me to see it in Decatur. In Decatur, matter of fact. If you want to go see a movie, a hood movie.
Was that a Magic Johnson theater?
Probably, because I'm talking about these people were lit in this movie. When he started singing, what was that? This is for the homies in Decatur. The whole theater started singing.
So wait. I got the hookup was what, 99? Somebody check my dates. I'm probably lying.
Easy,
But
man. You talking about around that time.
The point, I had it on bootleg. I saw it on bootleg. I didn't even know it was in the theaters.
I walked in the theater and go see I Got the Hookup.
Did y'all see it in the theater? What did y'all see?
I had to give Peace of Money.
Bootleg.
I had to give Peace of
You
Money.
were like one of 50 people.
Yeah.
Did you?
No. I was about to say no. I didn't see Belly in the theaters. I didn't see Belly in the theaters either. But I mean, I did see Master P, but I didn't see Belly. Nah.
Oh my gosh.
Now, we could really go back, man, because I tried to put my wife on the Shotters. Like, she's never seen that level. Like, I'm
the bootleg version?
I'm Shotters dance hall queen level. You know what I mean? Like I had those, dog.
The real soundtrack to Shotters before it got the licensing and all of that was one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. It had like 9 Jay-Z street records, none of the commercial shit, but like the real street, like Streets is Watching was on there, and it was so many. Oh my gosh! Listen,
we're gonna talk about soundtracks because the best soundtrack ever is Who's the Man. The best soundtrack ever is Who's the Man. Like, Who's the Man finally is on streaming platforms. I almost cried last week. I was like, yeah, buddy, it's on Tidal and Spotify. When I saw Who's the Man was on there, I was like, yo,
shouldn't have said that.
Do I have to explain to people that this is Biggie's first record, that you listening to like Jodeci killing it? Like, this album is from even House of Pain's
I was thinking Mary J. First of all.
Even House of Pain's record goes hard, man. That Who's the Man, bro? That record's the Above the Rim, Juice. But Who's the Man is number one. Who's the Man?
I hate Apple right now because they're not showing me it. They're showing individual songs.
Gotta get Tidal, man.
You know why I don't have Tidal anymore?
Why?
Because I've supported them on different occasions. I DJ. I can pull a record off of Apple Music.
Oh, you can't do that on Tidal.
Right. Well, no, you can stream it now. But in the past, when I first got started with them, with Apple Music, I could download the song and it would sound right. Tidal's song coding was different back then. We're going back 5-6 years now. It would sound crazy out here. It would sound mad distorted because I've done it and looked crazy as shit in the party. So that's what I'm telling you. So that's why I went back to Apple Music. Like now, and I sound like we're doing an advertisement. They need to cut you a check. So anyway, the point is, Tidal now, Tidal SoundCloud, they now allows you to download, or not download, but stream on Serato, and it sounds right. But back then, when I could tell you the crazy shit I was in, because it was because of the sound coding. They were thinking at home listeners, in the car listeners, right. Headphone listeners, not like, I'm gonna try to play your record in front of 2,000 people. That actually happened. And it sounds mad distorted. So, yeah.
I loved it, man. Yeah, so
We gonna stop nerding out at some point.
yes,
I'm
we
sorry.
are. Yes, we are. Because it's crazy. Because you're talking to me about journalism, but you getting into the podcast world now, man. Pause for applause.
Yes, sir.
What the hell brought you over here in my world?
Yo, listen. I got tired of people talking shit that I didn't agree with. That's really what it came down to.
You got tired of Joe Buttons of the world?
I mean, your words, not mine, brother. So the point is, because that era of egotisticalness, not just him,
Yeah.
but it was others as well, academics. But the point is, I wanted to focus more on what actual living people were talking about. So the original idea for Pause for Applause podcast was me having experience doing my talking thing in front of the camera since 2000. I had these conversations with my friends, and their takes on it is so different and original. I was like, yo, you need to be on the show with me. But the thing is, and I'm sure you can attest to this, trying to get someone who's not a part of the entertainment industry to be a part of the entertainment industry is like pulling elephant teeth.
Yeah.
And that shit took a minute. So now that we finally got to the point, and I was like, yo, Will, that's my co-host name, known the brother since 2001, approximately. And I was like, yo, your take on it, he's really from Queens, so you know you can't tell them niggas to shut up. So they're gonna talk. But the point is, it was very valuable what he was saying. And the thing about Will, which is different from other podcasters, is he has personality. You know what I'm saying? He is able to engage without even, it's just natural to him. So I was like, yo, I need you to talk about what we're talking about. Let me throw you the alley-oop and just let you go. So we've been doing that for about 2 years now, officially in studios. And what we talk about on a regular basis, the show is developed other than just talking about hip-hop music and things like that, which is what we originally started with, is developed into us talking about manhood, talking about professionalism, talking about entrepreneurship, talking about crypto. But we don't talk about it from expert. Like we talk about it from where we know. It's all experience. So that's why one of the biggest things we talk about is fatherhood. Like today's my daughter's birthday. She turned 20.
Oh, bro, I've almost feel like, you're another person who I feel like I've watched their child grow up on social media.
You have.
Jeez. She in college now, ain't she?
She's in college right now. She's got one more year. We talking about her going to graduate school. We just trying to figure out what she wants to do for her life.
I feel old right this second, dog. She's about to be a senior, and she's thinking about graduate school.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you have been along for the ride.
Yeah, man, clearly.
You have been along for the ride.
Clearly.
So one of the main things we talk about is fatherhood, it's relationships. Like I've never been married, so my take on it is gonna be different from his because he was married in the past and got divorced. So our interaction is different. But the thing that we learned early on is what we share, a lot of younger brothers want to hear. Like one of our biggest segments, or not segments, but target audiences was young men in the age range of 24 to 30. And we started the show, I'm 43 now. We started the show about when I was like 41, 40. So I'm coming from all of this experience and what I've been through and how I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And they're listening and learning from it. And that was not our original plan. We were just talking, we were just trying to get our shit off. Like, listen, like I had this on my chest for 10 years. So I need to talk about it. But they relate to it because it's like, oh, wait, is that why she doing that? Is that why you know what I'm saying? And those are the messages we've been getting. So.
Bro, and we need that, man, because, I was thinking today about the younger generation. And, I'm glad you stayed there because I'm 43.
Right.
And I think often about the differences between 43 me, 33 me, 23-year-old me. The differences.
You should be coming up with documentaries. Listen, you don't understand the mat. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
The differences between me right now and that younger me, and so much of it is based on so much of my development is based on being able to have quality brothers and sisters around me. You know what I mean? And I feel like there was plenty of times I could have went off the rails. Like plenty of times. Like I was telling her before we even started that I could relate a little bit when I was hearing this interview from this young rapper about being 18 and feeling like, damn, everybody gonna be dead. Like we only gonna live a certain era.
Right.
And that's why I was telling you about how I wish my father was alive to kind of hear me say you were right. He used to tell me when I was young, like, yo, you got to unplug your ears. Like you listening to a lot of stuff and sometimes that entertainment can become your reality. And I remember walking through life for a little while believing the whole, I'm not going to live past the year 21. You know what I'm saying? Like
21, 25, those were the numbers.
Yeah, like you only going to get out the hood playing basketball or rapping. Like,
and that's it.
I
Selling
thought
drugs, that's it, yeah.
It took me realizing, like I was telling her, it took me getting into inroads and seeing people who were my age who lived in the same neighborhoods who were doing drastically different things than what I was hearing about rapping. Like I had a homeboy of mine, my boy Lawrence lived in Franklin Hill Projects. Boy spoke 3 languages, Spanish, English, and Arabic. You know what I'm saying? Like I told him, I said, I met a chick when I was in Inroads. She was an accounting major. I asked her what she wanted to do.
So hold on, I'm sorry. What was Inroads really about? Like the abbreviated version?
It's an internship program. So it's across the country. So we was in the central New England version.
Gotcha.
So they used to bring a bunch of us kids together, primarily black. We used to bring actually black, yeah. They used to bring all of us together to do better shit. You know what I'm saying? They would be able to give us jobs in certain areas. Like I used to be able to work at Bank Boston, then Bank of America. But I used to work at Bank Boston. I'll give you a whole nother journalistic story because there's a magazine called Focus on Your Business that Bank Boston used to do. I wrote the very first article for Focus on Your Business. I was there when they came up with the idea. You know what I'm saying? Because they were trying to figure out something to have me do. Yeah. Because I wasn't a business major. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I literally snuck into Inroads. Like, shout out.
So you wrote the first story or article
Absolutely. It's called Glow Dog. It was on this. They used to focus on small businesses that were being funded through them, who like had small business loans and shit. Yeah. And it was called Glow Dog. It was about a dog clothes that used to glow in the dark.
Okay.
Serious. Yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that was that. That was that. But when I was in Inroads, I finally met people my age who were doing shit that wasn't, I guess, shit I was used to. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm used to now sitting on the basketball court all night. I'm used to now being around people who was going to do that for the rest of their life, or sit around dudes who's going to be, No, you know what? People who's going to be 18 till they're 43. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was sitting around dudes who was about to be that.
Yeah.
It took me getting around another circle before I realized, there's people my age doing a magnificent shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even in the realm of thinking that they thinking I need to get on their side.
How old were you when you realized that?
This was like I was 19. Yeah, I was about 19. Because Lawrence and them was the ones who talked me into going to London. Like, shit like that. You feel me? Like, stuff I would still be on Blue Hill Ave. And they like, let's go to London. And you know what I'm saying? Like nobody else was thinking that shit. Like, that I knew of at the time. So, I'm always blessed to be able to see things like that. And I feel like what you're doing with Pause for Applause and giving people your real testimony and real stories, being able to have younger generations relate to it is much needed. Because I feel like that's the vacuum, that's the gap that's being missed right now. Yeah. That we're not, I feel like it is like us generation, I feel like we're not properly giving back to a younger generation. I feel like too many people are trying to be the younger generation. Right. And not really trying to give back what you actually know. That when I was your age at 23, I didn't think I was going to see 25. Right. Like, trust me, I was there when I thought 25 was old. And then I got 25 and I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to do? Because I never thought I was even going to get here. Like, don't be that. You know what I'm saying? Prepare for life.
I'm trying to debate if I want to tell you the dumbest shit I said at 22, but I don't know if I want to tell you.
What was the dumbest shit you said at 22?
Well, it was more dumb in a sense of just ignorance and age. So I went to high school in Orlando, Florida. Came up here in '96, right after the Olympics.
Oh, so, you and Ty must be having good stories about Orlando.
My gosh. Listen. Yo, this is, and I'm going to keep it short because I know how Ty can get. Hi, Ty. Yeah. That's the homie. So I got up here right after Centennial Bomb and all of that. So anyway, by the time I finally matriculated through the DeVry, which is a funny word because it's supposed to be a 3-year school, but that's another story. So I was turning 22. 21 and 22, and I was in night school at DeVry, and I had a black professor. I had 2 black professors back then, and that's really when my shit went this way. This is how I kind of know I should have been over there at the AUC, because whenever I had a black professor, my grades and my interest in the class would
go up
through the roof. You know what I'm saying? I even had one ask me, they were like, "Why are you here?" Anyway, that's another story. So anyway, long story short, when I was 21 22, the class was like a 10 o'clock class on a Friday night. And I was talking to the professor, and I was like, yo, I don't know what I'm going to do in my life. I feel down. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, yo, I'm about to turn 22. I feel like I've done everything. So...
The laugh I could give now.
That's the laugh you gave then.
The what?
Yo, I was so serious. I'm 21, about to turn 22. I done everything. I ain't got nothing to look forward to. No kids, no marriage, nothing. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So basically, everything is based off of partying and DJing and shit. But the way you laughed is how he laughed at me. He tried to hold it back. He was like, "Take your time." That's all he told me.
Yeah, bro. We all had that.
Now I remember, like, you stupid young man.
We all had to have that feeling at one point, bro. Because
I don't know if y'all had that feeling, but
because when I hear people now talk, like especially the young kids talk, like they say shit like, "Yo, when I'm 30's washed," I'm like, if you're 22, you're really about to say you're washed because dog, you're 8 years away from that.
Yeah.
Like, so don't.
But 8 years sounds like 80 to them.
Don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was that dude. I was absolutely that dude. Like I could not see past the age I was at for some odd reason, despite the fact that I'm now. Like I say, thanks to Inroads, I got put in so many positions I would have never thought of, like going to Martha's Vineyard for 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a thought, let's just go.
Just to see it.
Yeah, my thought was go to Riverside Park. Again, that's some real Boston shit. I thought I was going to Riverside Park. Y'all talking about going to Martha's Vineyard? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Riverside Park sounds like some shit that was in the town. With Ben Affleck and that's like one of the neighborhoods they drove through.
Yo, I wish Albie was here, man. I wish Albie was here.
Is that accurate?
What? No, it's not.
Damn.
It's something. Did y'all?
Did it?
Bro, my life was that. Like, I didn't feel like it was going to be anything for real, until I started getting around people who were my age and they was doing shit that was for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was blessed for that term because I think to myself a lot of times I could be in the position of some of these cats you hearing on these interviews that, yeah, I'm 18, I don't know what else to do. You know, oh, you're 22, I did everything, dog.
Right.
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
It's not even close, man. So thankful for you and what you do, man, because that conversation, those type of conversations, one, are needed amongst ourselves, our generation. Yeah. But it's needed more primarily because the generation next to us needs to hear it. We need to really start owning up to the level of being a mentor at this point and being somebody else's guidance.
Yeah. Information.
Not trying to be their homie. Like, I don't want to be your homie. Like, I feel like that even with my nephews and nieces. Like, I don't want to be the homie, dog. I'm supposed to be the unk. I'm supposed to be this. You know what I'm saying?
I was saying, I said something, and I was doing it to spark some shit. And I said on a clip from a show a couple weeks ago, I was like, yo, you all need my advice. And they started laughing. I was like, no, I'm not joking. I've been through things, and I didn't go into depth because that would ruin the effect. But my point was, I've been through things that no one else has.
Yeah.
But it's things that other men can relate to, because I'm talking about manhood shit. I'm talking about the struggles I was trying to deal with. I was talking about dealing with depression back in when I was 28, 29, before depression was an in thing to talk about. You see what I'm saying? So when I say, like, yo, you need my advice, it's not me just talking from an arrogant place.
Yeah.
It's me talking about, like, yo, I've been through certain things I know you're thinking about, but don't know how to vocalize. It's like I had my daughter when we were 22, before I was 23. So thankfully, I had my father, I had my uncle, I had older brothers who had kids. So I had someone to go to. How many of us don't have nobody to go to?
Facts, man. Like, it's a real conversation. A lot, even now, I'm so even blown away because I'm like, yo, who are these young kids really got to go to other than their peers? Right. And that's not good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, do not take advice from other 18-year-olds about what to do in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, they
got the same ego questions you do.
Yeah,
they still trying to figure it out.
They saying the same thing you said. I'm 22. What else can I do in life? I've done it all. You know what I'm saying? They still saying stuff like that.
That sounds so crazy.
I remember, bro, like, I was 18. I remember thinking that $10 an hour was going to be the most I was ever going to make. Oh, shit. I'm so glad that didn't happen. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was going to
bring that up. Okay, so
I thought that was going to be the most money I ever made in my life. I remember making $10 an hour thinking I was balling.
Yeah.
Balling, bro. $10 an hour. I thought I was balling.
I remember. Listen, the reason why I'm laughing and doing all of this was the second reason why I got tied into coming to the Vry. Excuse me. Back then, we're talking about 95, 96. I graduated high school in 96. The reason why I was convinced about the Vry was they're like, yo, you'll come out making $40,000 a year doing what I want to do.
And you like,
so
the $40,000?
Yo,
I can afford an apartment?
Wait,
you know what I'm saying? I can afford it.
This is what they told me personally. You know what I'm saying? The recruiters came. Because I told them I wanted to make video games. Because I was the Madden king back then. Talk if you want. Stop playing. Listen, I was on the Madden newsletters. Anyway, it was back then mailing them. Yeah, we got to stop dating ourselves.
Yes, we do.
The point is, that was my original idea. Like, yo, I want to make video games. I can add music to them, things like that. What I learned later on is I'm not good at none of that shit. And what I'm good at is business and engaging with people and creating cultures and helping cultures to move forward. That's why when you fall into your purpose, I see what you did. I see what you did.
I'm here for.
I see what you did. And why I fell in, and I found that purpose. That's when the whole depression thing decreased. And understanding what a focus is when we started hip, we didn't even get on Hip Hop Is Back yet.
We about to.
All right, thank you, bro.
Yeah. I know how to segue.
I know you do. I know you do. I'm just used to being the one doing it. Y'all see what we're talking about in a second. But the point is, it was during those times when things started to really make sense for me. You know what I mean? Like, even the hard parts is like, yo, I'm having the time of my life showing other people, not just black men or black women, just people, how hip hop culture can empower and inspire you like never before. Because we know how long they've been trying to demonize or have been demonizing hip hop. Our original idea for Hip Hop Is Back was highlight the positive side of the culture, because we cared about what was really going on. So the headlines would be, so-and-so is arrested for attempted murder. 3 weeks later, those charges have been dropped. You never see those headlines.
No.
And then the second part was, so-and-so is giving back at this Columbine shooting, Jay-Z, and gave back over $5 million, but we're not talking about that. But those are the stories that we cared about. So that's where the whole idea of Hip Hop Is Back came from. And transformed like 3-4 times. But my secondary, chip on my shoulder idea was, we gonna change the world how they look at hip hop. What I had to realize after several years, most of the world doesn't care about hip hop like we do.
Yeah.
They want to use it as a weapon because they get to profit off of using it as a fear tactic. So what we had to do was pivot, one of them fucking business words, but it's literally what we did, and start focusing on us, the people amongst us. That's where the Inspire came from. That's where the summer camps came from. The after school programs came from. Those late night talks like, yo, I don't know what I want to do, but I want to do something around this. And I could pull from somebody in hip hop's past
That could help out.
You know what I'm saying? What you're doing and what we're trying to do, what a lot of us are trying to do, a majority of us are trying to do, has already been done. It just looks different now because we got so many apps and other distractions. But hip hop was a reason for you guys to be able to do what you're doing. And that's why I'm still so engaged in it. That's why I still go out and run my mouth and crack my corny jokes and all that stuff.
Bro, it's needed, man. Like I say, bro,
yeah.
we need us.
Yeah.
Us is needed out here, man, because there's a lot of, it's a lost generation that really is out here. Like, I hate to even use that term because I remember when my generation was the lost generation.
Yeah.
But
they ain't gonna like you for that. But
bro, I was having a whole debate because we got the Reagan shirts, and I be listening to people talk about Trump like black dudes. And I'm like, I almost want to tell somebody, y'all would have voted for Reagan, right? Like,
they don't even hear it.
No, y'all would have voted for that man. Like, you're wearing a shirt and then tell me about Trump, but I'm like,
and he was a celebrity too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely would have voted for him.
Like, there was a thing called Reagan Democrats. Like, they was actively trying to vote.
They
for
don't
this
know.
man.
This is why you're needed, though. You talking about me? This is why you're needed.
Yeah.
You make it that shit sound so cool. I'd be like, well, Reagan Democrats came out in 1983. That's how I would sound. But you sound like, yo, you understand how revolutionary that shit was back then.
Yeah.
For a subculture to be part of a political party.
Oh, my father voted for Reagan twice.
Who? Wait, who?
My father voted for Reagan twice. My father, if you watch the War on Drugs documentary on Netflix, when they say there was a mobilization of black people in the cities because we were fearful of the crime happening.
Yeah.
And then you have somebody up here who was saying things like, I'm going to help your community and we're going to get rid of this crime. You rallied behind this person because it sounded confident. He sounded serious.
And it sounds real familiar.
That's why I keep telling them, like, yo, if you talking about Reagan, you talking about Trump, you would have voted for this guy.
They was fucking cousins.
You would have voted for this guy. No,
they were fucking comma cousins. Let me say it right. I'm sorry. I just got to be right. So I'm sorry. Because the internet. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, you would have did that, man. Because it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have happened.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, man. What's left, man? Who else we got to piss off tonight?
I feel like I feel like I didn't piss anybody off, but I feel like we didn't piss nobody off. What we did was have a healthy conversation about just reality, man. Like I'm watching kids act like they can't live past 18. I'm watching people our age act like they are 18, and then I realized after thinking about it, actually some of us have been stuck at 18. They're 43 and 18 still. You never really moved past that lane because you've been around everybody who's still also stuck in that lane. You never had like I told you about my man Lawrence. You never met a dude who spoke 3 languages and was your age and lived in the projects.
That exposure.
You know what I'm saying? You never got exposed to that. Yeah. So you're still kind of stuck at being 18. And it's a sad sight because we all, at this point, we all need a mentor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
On some level,
we all need to find a way to kind of have somebody tell you that you're wrong without feeling like, the word, I feel like the worst word that ever came out of hip hop was hater. And
that's the worst one?
The worst one to me. And the main reason
I'm putting thought up there too.
I'm
going to put thought up there.
The main reason why hater is it to me, because hater became synonymous with criticism.
Okay.
At this point.
Yeah.
If you say, hey, bro, I'm seeing you going down the wrong road right now. Oh, man, you hating. No, I'm not hating. I'm trying to save your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to tell you, don't. So
the word hater started to negate any kind of feelings they would have.
Facts, man.
I got you.
We done turned that into a real thing where you can't give any kind of direction or any kind of assistance to somebody. You can't say, hey, bro, let me pull you to the side. I feel like what you're doing is wrong. I don't need all that hate right now. It's not hate. It's me trying to tell you, all right, well, you can go crash into a wall. But after crashing into a wall, I'm not going to be the dude applauding you and saying free you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to tell you early.
At the same time.
Yeah, stop doing that.
The different, okay, let me because I've been in that situation. And talking to, I don't like using titles, but, people may consider you a mentor and things like that, whatever. So when I see situations like that and I have to talk to a young man or a young woman, because it's fucking Atlanta. Yeah. And I would tell them, like, yo, like you said, I would literally pull them to the side. I'm like, yo, what you doing ain't it. I think I can see what you up to without you saying, and they would try to they'll try to dismiss it. Nah, you being a hater. Nah, they know what I'm doing. And I'll be like, yo, I care about you. We got to talk. I wouldn't try to solve it all that one night. Yeah. I'd be like, yo, we need to talk. And if you don't connect with me, I have someone else who I can vouch for me for you to talk to. Because you can't relate to everybody or anybody at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I may connect with some people in here, but as many of us that need that, there's not enough of us. So when people, what the funny part was? When we started the foundation part, and like I said, me and Mike, the co-founder. Yeah, shout out Mike, please. When we started, it was like Mike dealt with a lot of gangs coming up in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I was out in New York by I was 10, 11 years old, so I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't experience it. He was there through high school, so he was like, his focus is going to be dealing with the gangs and the ones you were trying to reach there, and my part was going to be elsewhere. I was like, all right, cool, that sounds good. But my point is this, for every organization that's out there like that, we still need more. And you ain't even got to be an organization. You just have to give a shit. Yeah. And be willing to share. And that's the fucking hard part that I get. I'm glad I brought that up. I have several friends, women and men, who feel like, oh, I'm not on that speaker level like you. And I was like, yo, I'm not on any kind of damn level. If you would have heard me the first time I was talking, yo, listen, it all comes from practice, but I'm not trying to make you a professional speaker. I just want you to tell what you've been through because I know you can relate to people who I'm dealing with that I can't connect to. Because we're not coming from the same background.
At some point, we got to realize we all in the church together.
Come on.
Like, we all in the church together. And everybody has to
uplift. Are we going to Sunday service?
Everybody has to uplift. Everybody has to uplift this church.
No, it's facts.
Everybody has to uplift it, man. And everybody has a mission inside of here. And what you can do, I might not be able to do. Right. But we all need to figure out how to do it in order to help one person.
Just help one.
Yeah, man.
Because I know it sounds like the cliche shit, but it's like, it's so real. We started doing, short story. We started doing the official foundation in after schools and programs like that in 2014. I had 2 different kids on 2 different occasions in Hartsfield come up to me and be like, yo, Mr. Hip Hop gets back. They don't remember my name. Mr. Hip Hop gets back. And I'd be like, okay, I think I know y'all, but it's been a couple years. But the point is, they understand and they realized the power of what we were doing. And all we were doing at our core base was using hip hop to teach life skills. Figure out who you are. Figure out what you want to do with your life. Learn how to put a plan together. Learn how to say no to the wrong people. Learn how to be an example for people that you didn't even know you need to be an example for. And that's what we talked about in so many ways through a lot of different tactics.
Yeah, man.
So that's one of the things that I still get proud of now, because I get to see it, and it remembers it. Like, who the hell remembers you 3 years later? None of the chicks. Anyway. Yeah. So,
bro. Nas, we got to do this all over again, man. We need to do a
what
part
time
two.
is it? 10:15.
It's about to be 10:30.
God damn it! All right, shit. I know we got to cut it off, but no, can we do the part 2 on my podcast?
Oh, we definitely could.
Can we do that, please?
I will pause for the applause, man, and pull up, man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's
thank
definitely,
you.
That's
thank
definitely
you.
in the
Thank you.
mix, man.
I'm not even joking. Like, for real. Like, bro, I got even more questions than you know, because we didn't even get into your time with sports, journalism.
No. We didn't do nonprofits, man.
Oh my God. All right, we got time. I got time.
Yeah, I remember okay, bro.
But we'll save it, bro. Nah. Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on, man.
I needed this conversation personally, so I'm glad I was able to share this with everybody else, man. Again, find you somebody who you could really talk to, who could, mentor, be able to correct you. Remember that we are all a church. We need to lift each other up. Yeah. And that's not a biblical message. This is really just a serious message. We are all together. This is all a congregation. We need to all lift up each other.
That's it, bro.
Yeah, man. Man. That's what's up. That's CashColorCannabis, a high level of conversation on LivehiphopDaily.tv. And this episode, again, was sponsored by Sow and Reap and Bossville Farms. We out.